Ever wonder why a beaver looks at a perfectly normal stream and thinks, you know what this needs? A giant dam. But there's actually a clever reason behind all that construction. I'm Professor Everything, and today we'll be answering the question, why do beavers build dams? Right here on Explaining Everything. To understand why beavers build dams, you first have to understand that beavers are not really trying to create a giant wall. They're trying to change their environment. Beavers are semi-aquatic mammals, meaning they spend a lot of time both on land and in water. Their bodies are well adapted to swimming, with webbed hind feet and a broad, flat tail that helps with steering and balance. But here's the problem. Natural streams don't always provide the calm, deep water they need. So the beaver looks at a shallow stream and basically thinks, interesting, but what if I made this much wetter? That's where the dam comes in. By placing branches, logs, stones, mud, and other materials across flowing water, beavers slow the current and cause water to accumulate behind the structure. The result is a pond, and that pond gives beavers something incredibly valuable, a reliable aquatic environment. The water can become deep enough for swimming, and it creates a much safer route between different parts of their territory. Instead of adapting themselves to whatever the stream happens to be doing, beavers modify the stream. It's basically the animal equivalent of looking at your house and saying, you know what this needs? A moat. For a beaver, water isn't just a place to swim, it's transportation. On land, beavers are relatively slow and awkward compared with their performance in water. Their bodies are much better suited for swimming, and water provides an efficient way to move around while carrying food or building materials. This is one major reason dams are so useful. By raising the water level, beavers can create connected areas of deeper water that allow them to travel more easily through their territory. They can also use underwater entrances to reach their lodges, where they rest and raise their young. That underwater access is extremely important because it gives them a way to enter and leave while staying hidden from many predators. Imagine having a front door that nobody can see because it's underwater. That's basically a beaver's version of home security. The deeper water created by a dam can also allow beavers to store branches underwater. These branches become an accessible food supply, especially during colder months when conditions on land become more difficult. So the dam isn't simply a wall. It's part of a much larger system that connects the beaver's home, transportation routes, and food storage. The beaver isn't just building a structure, it's redesigning the neighborhood. Now, here's where things get seriously impressive. Beavers don't just throw random sticks into a stream and hope for the best. They respond to the water's behavior. If water is flowing rapidly through a particular area, beavers may add more materials where the current is strongest. They use branches and logs as the framework, then pack gaps with smaller materials such as twigs, leaves, stones, and mud. The exact construction style varies depending on the environment and the available materials, and beavers don't necessarily build every dam to the same size. Some are relatively small, while others can become enormous structures stretching across waterways. The animals also maintain and repair their dams when water finds a way through. That means a dam is not a one-time construction project. It's an ongoing engineering job. Beavers continuously inspect their environment and respond to changes in water flow. In fact, the sound of rushing water can attract their attention. If they detect a leak or unusual water movement, they may investigate and reinforce the structure. Imagine hearing a tiny drip in your house and immediately grabbing a pile of sticks and mud. Beavers hear that drip and think, finally, a project. Their behavior is so effective that beavers are considered ecosystem engineers because their activities physically reshape habitats and alter how water moves through landscapes. They don't need blueprints. They just need teeth. Building a dam is only half the job. The beaver also needs to maintain the right water conditions. If the pond becomes too shallow, it may no longer provide enough protection or allow easy underwater travel. If water levels change dramatically, entrances to the lodge can become exposed or inaccessible. Beavers therefore respond to changing conditions by repairing, expanding, or modifying their dams. Their lodges and dams work together as part of one survival strategy. The lodge provides shelter, while the surrounding water acts as a protective barrier and transportation network. The dam makes that aquatic environment possible by controlling the flow of water. This is why beavers can be so persistent. They're not building for fun. They're maintaining an entire lifestyle that depends on having the right kind of habitat. And if the river disagrees, the beaver simply starts another construction project. No meetings, no paperwork, no contractor. Just one determined mammal with a mouth full of woodworking equipment. So, why do beavers build dams? Because dams let them control water, create safer travel routes, protect their homes, and maintain the aquatic environment they depend on. What looks like a pile of sticks is actually the centerpiece of an incredibly sophisticated survival strategy. Beavers don't just live in their environment. They remodel it. And they are the most committed home improvement enthusiasts in the animal kingdom. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.